Hey everybody, Edo here, and I want to take you through the Sunset Over Water solo game mode. Keith Matejka is back. He did it in Herbaceous, and it was fantastic, and he's created another one for Sunset Over Water, and we even got him some cards in the game to really make it stand out, and it is awesome. I can't wait to show you. I'm going to flip the camera around and lay it all out. Okay, so here I have laid out the setup for the solo play. Certainly, if you're not familiar with Sunset Over Water, I'd start with learning multiplayer, but the board is set up in the same way. It's a 5x5 grid of the landscape cards. However, you have the ranger stations replaced in these 4 spots. Those will always be ranger stations. The other thing is they're double-sided. One side has a reminder on the functionality when you pass through a ranger station, but I like the more picturesque version of keeping those down, and once you know how to play, it's no big deal. You've also dealt out commission cards. It's 3 in a single-player game with 1 for the next day. A normal game is 6 days, but a single-player game is 8 days. You will be using every single planning card over here. Now, you have one of these 5 bonus cards. Shuffle that up, whatever it is, and then flip over 1. You don't have to keep it over there. You can keep it near you, but I actually like it over there because it lets me see what I'm looking for. So in the solo game, I will get an extra point at the end of the game for any commission card that has a waterfall. So none of them do right now, but in the future some will come up. So I'm sort of leaning in that direction. It's also worth note in the rules it talks about laying out these cards on the side, from left to right next to the commission deck, usually along the top. For this layout, I've done them vertically, so the leftmost card is going to be the topmost card in this context. Otherwise, you have your planning deck, which I have, and your artist in the middle. You'll also have your solo journal card and have that here. So what you're going to do in solo play is you're trying to get the most points at the end of the game, and there's a point chart talking about how great an artist you are based on your score. But what you're going to be doing is, rather than drawing 3 planning cards and picking 1 and playing it and then playing the rest underneath, you're going to lay out 3. I think Keith did an awesome job with this version, and in particular, it's much more of a puzzle game when you play it. But so you'll have the 3 planning cards out, and now you're going to start moving and collecting. And the movement rules are all normal. But what happens is when I pick a planning card, and let me look for a second. Well, before I start playing, I have to start playing. But when I pick a planning card, I'm going to play it on my journal. Let's just say for a moment I pick 10. So when I play this here, what's going to happen is I look at this chart to see if I wake up early, all of the cards are going to replenish any card that I've taken. Now, unlike the normal game, they don't happen automatically. Cards are only replenished when you cross over a ranger station, which replenishes all of the diagonal and orthogonal cards around it. Or over here, you wake up early and replenish the entire board. If you wake up mid-morning or late, you are going to remove the highest value card from the commission cards, and you won't have access to them. So, that's simulating other artists going first. But unlike the normal game, you probably don't want to go first in the first hand because nothing's been picked up yet. So to start, I'm actually not going to do this. I'm going to start by sleeping in. I don't have cards over here right now that are giving me a benefit or a bonus, and I really want to get paintings, and I don't mind losing them. So I'm going to actually use my latest card, Sleep In. That's going to let me go vertically or horizontally like you normally would. But before I do that, I have to remove the highest 2 value cards. So this is going to get removed, and this is going to get removed. Now, they don't get replenished, but actually, I'm not going to worry about that. You also note there's no daily goals in single player. So I've picked that, and I know I'm going to want waterfalls, so I'm going to lean in the direction of waterfalls. Now, I wouldn't mind getting that card, so I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and I could move 3 or 4. And I can paint 3, so I'm going to paint the one I was on, this one, and this one. Okay? So now, unlike Oh, and to finish off my turn, like normal, I will spend, and so I'm going to trade in this flower and mountain for that flower in question mark. So again, these are working on the base rules. So I can select flower and anything, that's this, and I get this card. Great. So that's the end of the first day. I am not going to replenish these missing pieces, which also impacts where I can go. But I'm going to refill here without trying to hit the camera and flip here. So no waterfall still, but I do have a waterfall card coming up. And there is this waterfall here, but I can't really get to that. So, and then I bring out another card here. So now I have a 745, an 815, and a 10. It sort of made it easy for me because I don't have any morning, so I have to look around. And so I'm going to look at these cards, and I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I go down the coast and grab 2, and then I can go across. Or maybe I just go here, and then I'm going to replenish and grab that because I see that coming. Okay, so I'm going to play my 745. Oh, 745 is a replenish. Does that change what I'm going to do? Oh, whatever. I'm going to play 745 to show the example. So this is a replenish. It happens instantly before, essentially before I go. You normally replenish this way. It's a little awkward because of how I'm sitting. I could pick this tile up now, the one that I'm over. But I think I'm going to stick to what my plan was, which was to move down, grab this, and then my turn. Now, those don't get replenished or shifted. They weren't removed. I flip over a card, and we continue. All right. Now, again, I don't mind a couple of those being removed right now. I like to pick up cards. And I really want that fountain. But that, I don't know. I might not be rocking it. Let's just see what happens. So I'm going to go 2 to the side, and I'll wake up at 10. So it's 10 a.m. Move this here. Slide these over. 10 a.m. is a remove the highest value card, which is this. And go. Now, as soon as I touch this, that refills. And I'm going to end here, and I'm going to grab that. So I couldn't get that card because it wasn't there until I moved here. So I don't know. I might be playing suboptimally, but hopefully you're having a fun time watching. So end of turn, we refill here, slide up and refill. Looks good. Next day, I'm also going to have one more of these. All right. Now, I have that waterfall. I want it. I need to start working on other things. And looking around, I think this will work for me very well. So I want to go vertically 3. Do I have that option? Here I can pick up 2 and go vertically. So I'm going to wake up at 8:15. That is going to take, see, now here's the decision. I'm stuck losing a couple of these cards. I lose the highest, the topmost or leftmost first. So I'm not going to be able to get this because it's going to disappear at 8:15. So nevertheless, is there a coast option that I can get a coast here? So rather than go up this way, I'm going to reroute and go this way. So I'm going to still wake up at 8:15. I'm going to still lose this card, but now I'm going to go this way instead and pick up these 2. Okay? Again, who knows if I'm really playing that well. But I have my cards. And, oh, by the way, the last turn, if you end in the middle, you get a bonus too. So I'm going to trade in this waterfall, working really hard for that waterfall bonus. Trade in that waterfall. I'm going to trade in this coast. Doesn't really matter right now. Here. And by the way, I had forgotten to flip this, so I should do that. Great. Nothing's going to change in my turn, so I got this. All right. So, turn ends. Get another one of these. And, play's going to continue. I'm just going to keep playing. I might speed up at this point, but let's see what happens here. Okay, I am heading into the final day. I could flip this over, but it's not terribly relevant. I sort of, I did not get a lot of waterfalls, and unfortunately, I only have this card to play, so I have to do that, and I have to get rid of these two. So all that's left there on scoring is a sun. Oops, whatever. Get rid of these. Is a sun. Is a sun on the board right now? It's not. So the most valuable thing I can do right now is pick up cards and end in the middle, which I'll do. So I'll go here, and I'll end. Okay. So final scoring. For final scoring, let's just give myself a little more room to show you here. So first, 2 points plus 10. So that's 12. I get 1 extra for this. So that's 13, 13, 16, 20, 24, and then you get 1 point per 2 features. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So that's solo mode. I played a little heavy betting on waterfalls. They didn't come. There is some luck to it, but also thinking about how you play and move goes well. It takes a little bit of thought, right? So you got to like doing it and training and playing well. Normally I score a little bit better than I did here, but this is the game. I really enjoy this. I hope you do too. Thanks for watching. Bye.